Welcome back to the vlog. Today I want to talk to you about not giving your client or your prospective client what they want. Listen, this is going to make more sense to you when I'm done talking about it, and I know it's counterintuitive, but stay with me here. This starts right at the beginning of your relationship when you call your prospective client and you ask them for a meeting and they say, no, call me back in a quarter. Now's not a good time, I'm really busy. Call me after the first of the year. We're not really interested in changing right now. Send me your information and I'll put it on file. Call our purchasing department and register as a vendor. They say all these things, and what they're doing is they're telling you no, and you have immediate resistance and a little bit of conflict. Not a lot of conflict, just a little bit of conflict, because you're a value creator. And the reason they're telling you no is because they assume you're going to waste their time. They've already met with salespeople who wasted their time. They're not interested in changing right now, which is why you need to meet with them, because they actually should be thinking about changing. And they're going to push you off. So you have to push back and you have to make the case, listen, I'm a value creator. I've got ideas that are going to serve you. Even if you never buy anything from me, what I have to talk to you about is going to change some of the decisions you make. Meet with me anyway. Let's get together. You've got to push back, and you can't give them what they want because they want to avoid having a conversation that may be difficult, and they want to avoid wasting their time. You're not going to waste their time, so you continue to push through. Then they're going to say something like, send me information. And even a person with chronic insomnia doesn't really want your information. No matter how beautiful the 4-color glossy brochures are, it puts people to sleep. They're not really asking you information. You have to push back and say, I can bombard you with a palette full of information if that's what you want, but it's not going to serve you and it's not going to allow me to do my best work. Give me 20 minutes. Spend 20 minutes with me, and if there's something for us to do together, we'll both know, and I promise I won't waste 1 minute of your time. Not 1 minute. You've got to be forceful about this, and you have to tell people the truth. If you're not going to waste their time, tell them. The concern is, I think you're a waste of my time. A lot of people that you meet with are going to not want to change. They're going to want to stay with the status quo. They're not going to want to fix the systemic challenges they have. And why don't they want to do that? Because that means they have to have a series of difficult conversations that they don't want to have. It means that they have to invest emotional energy and time talking to other people, managing a process to move them from their current state to a better future state. And they've done this before, and it's painful and it's complicated and it's difficult. And so they would rather just stick with the devil they know rather than the devil they don't know. And that devil is you and the change that you're bringing. But if you really want to be a value creator, if you want to be consultative, if you want to be a trusted advisor, this is what you're engaged in. You're engaged in the process of actually helping people change. So when you show up, you have to be willing to have these difficult conversations and help somebody come to the decision to change, even when they don't want to. Most of the time they won't want to, even if there's a better result available. And this is why we call it selling. Because if you walked in and they said, hey, we're ready to change, give us a contract, we'll sign it right now, we'll start tomorrow. That's called order taking, and it doesn't exist in our world, at least not the world of value creators. Okay, then they're going to push back on collaborating. We're not really sure. What do you think we should do? Show us your best ideas. They don't want to tailor it, and they don't want to collaborate with you because they don't want to make mistakes, and they don't want to get into a messy process, which is the other thing they avoid. They avoid wanting to bring in other stakeholders and build consensus because they know the opposition is going to show up, and the opposition is going to have opinions about this, and then it's going to get difficult, and it's going to get tricky, and it may get political, and people who recognize that their power may be being lost are going to step up and try to defend that power and protect their silo. So they don't want to do this, but if they don't do it, they'll never get the future result that they're able to get with your help. So you have to push back and not give them what they want. They want to not do this, but they need to do it so they can get the result. And this is true even when they engage in the process of exploring change with you. They're not going to want to spend the money they need to spend 100% of the time. They're going to try to spend less than they need to. They're going to try to underinvest. They're going to ask you for discounts. They're going to ask you if you can sharpen your pencil. You don't even have a pencil. We have pens, we have computers, but we don't have pencils. Nobody writes with a pencil anymore. They're going to ask you to reduce your price because it's their job, it's their obligation to try not to spend money. You have to help them invest the right amount of money to get the outcome that they want. You can't give them what they want here. You have to help them. You have to sell them. You have to have the conversations that allow them to invest the right amount of money so that they can get the better result that they need, that they're not getting right now, not spending that money. They're not going to want to execute. They're going to push back and they're going to say, we want what you sell, but we don't want to change on our side. And that's where the problem of execution starts. We don't want to force our people to do something different. We just want to switch vendors for a lower price and get a better result than we're getting right now. That's what everyone wants. They want better, cheaper, and faster, all in one package, and it's not available to them because it's not available to anyone, even though salespeople go out and pretend like that's something that people can really have. They also don't want to have difficult conversations. They don't want to have those conversations. They don't want to have them with you when you tell them the truth. This is the change that you need to make on your side, and this is why you're not getting the result that you want. This is you telling them that their baby's ugly. Nobody wants to hear that their baby's ugly. No one wants to hear that they have to change and they have to do things differently. And they don't need time to decide. And you can say something like, well, the client said they need a couple weeks to decide. They don't need time to decide. They need better counsel. They need more information. They need somebody to guide them through the process. They need somebody to sit with them and make sure that everyone's 100% confident moving forward, that they have everything they need to execute. So I'm telling you, don't give your prospective client what they think they want. Don't give your clients what they think they want. Give them what they need. If you want to be a trusted advisor, your job is to help counsel them. This means you have to sell. This means you have to sell the idea, you have to sell the concept, you have to sell the process. You have to gain the commitments that allow them to move forward and do something different. I'm Anthony Iannarino. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. No, hit the like button, then hit the share button, and then hit the subscribe button. This is every day.